Hi, and today at Commizen Dojo, we will be talking about static friction. Now, to understand what static friction is, let's say Amazon has delivered a huge box at your house, like this one over here. And this box, it weighs a whopping 500 kgs. So, out of excitement, you decided to come and you try to push the box like this. Try to push the box. Now, when you try to push the box, it doesn't move at all. It doesn't even move at all. Not even a bit. So you start to get angry. You get frustrated and sad. So you say that the box is heavy. That's why it's not moving. Great. So the box is heavy. That's why it's not moving. Today, I'm going to tell you why it's difficult to move a heavy box. Why it's difficult to move a heavy box. So let's take a look. Now we know that every surface has irregularities. Now if every surface has irregularities, then the bottom of the box, which is this part, this must also have some irregularities. So let's call it box bottom. And the bottom of the box, let's say its irregularities, they look something like this. I'm just assuming the irregularities, they look like this so that I could explain the topic to you. Now on the other hand, the floor will also have some irregularities. Now let's say the irregularities of the floor, they look something like this. Now over here, as you can see, the bottom of the box is touching the floor. The bottom of the box is touching the floor. Then the irregularities will also touch each other. Now if the irregularities touch each other, just by looking at them, something like this should happen. You can see over here. The blue ones are the irregularities of the bottom of the box. And the red ones, they are the irregularities of the floor. So as you can see, the irregularities of the bottom of the box, they get interlocked within the irregularities of the floor. Now this is called interlocking of irregularities. Now there's one more thing you should see over here. Now since the object is extremely heavy, the box is extremely heavy, then the interlocking will be extremely strong. So heavier the object, stronger the interlocking. Great. Now there's a small misconception. Keep this in mind. There's a small and huge misconception. And that is that many people think that friction only acts on a body which is moving. Friction only acts on a body which is moving. Now this misconception is incorrect. Now friction acts on any body which is trying to move. It doesn't matter whether it is moving or not. If the object is trying to move, then friction will be acting on it. So over here, as you can see, we are trying to push the box. But it isn't moving. But we are trying to push it. Then friction will be acting on this box, of course, because we're trying to move it. And over here, as you can see, it looks like I'm trying to push the box towards the right. Now friction acts opposite to the direction in which the body is trying to move. So friction, it will be acting in this direction, towards the left. Opposite to the direction in which you are trying to move the body. Great. And there's one more thing we know, and that is that interlocking of irregularities, this gives rise to friction. This interlocking is what causes friction. Great. And this interlocking is strong. This interlocking is extremely strong, and interlocking causes friction. Then this friction will also be extremely strong. Let's go back up there to our little diagram. So over here, friction is acting towards the left, and it is preventing the body from not moving. So the friction that is preventing this box from moving, this friction is called static friction, my friend. This is what is called static friction. So static friction is that friction which prevents a body from moving. So let's look at a more formal definition. So over here, as you can see, static friction is that friction which acts on a body which is trying to move and it prevents it from moving. So this is what static friction is. So today we learned what static friction is. So I hope you understood everything. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.